All right, y'all. So I was doing a Bible study today, and I just wanted to start in Genesis. So let's just get into Genesis, all right? So I was doing a Bible study with somebody that I know, a young teenager who has so many questions about God and is wondering, like, is God real? Especially with today's climate, with people just not having morals, letting everything slide, and just saying yes to everything. And people who aren't believers are much louder than people who are believers because they're like, is God even real? What if he's not real? So whatever. So I offered to do Bible study with her once a week. Um, and she jumped at the opportunity to be able to do it. So today we did it today. Oh, that was a little bit much. So today we did it, and we just started in Genesis because I wanted her to see. I didn't want to show her, like, prove that God was real or anything like that. I wanted her to see God for herself. And so we started in Genesis. So, Genesis 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now, heavens, that's plural, so there's more than one heaven. And you see in the Bible later, you'll read more about the different heavens and and how many there were and things like that. I really can't even remember how many there were, but I feel like there's at least three. Don't quote me. I will have to go look, okay? But I believe it's in Revelations that talks about the heavens. So, in the beginning, God created the heavens, plural, and the earth. The earth was formless and empty, and darkness covered the deep waters, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters. So, this is the first time I really stuck to the Spirit of God. So at the beginning, it's talking about God created, and then it's talked about the Spirit of God was hovering. All right, when I think of hovering, I think of appearance, I think of covering, I think of just, encompassing, things like that. So let's go to 3. Then God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw that light was good. Then he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day and the darkness night. And evening passed and morning came, marking the first day. Then God said, let there be space between the waters to separate the waters from the heavens from the waters of the earth. So I'm a visual person, so I'm thinking like water is just connecting from the heavens to the earth, is just constant flow. And I'm like, okay, there's no gravity or what? So, he separated it by sky. Oh wait, I don't know if we got that part yet. Okay, yeah. And this is what happened. God made this space to separate the waters of the earth from the waters of the heavens. God called this space sky. And evening passed and morning came, marking the second day. That's what we just read. And God said, let the waters beneath the sky flow together into one place, so dry ground may appear. And that is what happened. So I'm thinking dry land. So the land was submerged under the water. So it's just like water everywhere. So he has to say, this is so good. God is so powerful. God said, let the waters beneath the sky flow together into one place, so dry ground may appear. Just by saying that, the ground appears. Like, so verse 9, God said. Verse 6, God said. Verse 3, God said. Right? So let's continue. Oh, this is the part, you guys. This is the part that gets me, that really spoke to me today. All right? God called the dry ground land and the waters seas. And God saw that it was good. All of God's creations have been good so far, y'all. Everything is good. God said, let the land sprout with vegetation. Every sort of seed bearing plant and trees that grow seed bearing fruit. These seeds will then produce the kinds of plants and trees from which they came. Very pure trees, okay? Very pure trees, very pure plants. They will produce the kinds of trees from which they came. So all of this stuff that we have with this mixed matching is definitely not created by God, right? But he's so good that he thought of everything. Boom.